Hello everyone, welcome back to Trump's Weekly Reading. This one's going from October 28th to November 3rd, and I just had a funny thought in my head about Halloween. I want to wish you a happy Halloween ahead of time. But I was just thinking of all the costumes, the Trump costumes. What will they be? Baggier? Different, different bronzer? I don't know. Anyway, let me just bring over my table and we'll take a look at his week. Hold on. Okay, hold your ears. I have to do this for Charles. Ready? Are your ears covered? Okay, there he is. Where he belongs, in the dumpster. Okay, so I'm going to use a deck of character this time. One card for each day of the week. So the first, I'm going to do two spreads really quick. The first one's going to be what will Trump be doing this week and what characters he'll be doing them with, what tools he'll be using, and what places that will land him. But so far, boy, last week I used the Kipper and the Lennies mixed together, and or was it the Kipper? I think it was only the Kipper. And we had down here this younger woman, and it was knighting up to the Hope Great Water, which is my foreign card, and then there was the card for evidence and something else over here. Oh yeah, and then the woman waiting or patiently waiting, I think, to release the evidence. And I think that turns out to be Stacey Williams, who it just came out that she says that Trump groped her all over the place in a way that put her into some shock and trauma where she just couldn't even move because, everybody says he's quite a large man. She didn't say hands, but I put his big gut up against her or something. Anyway, groped her. This was in 1993, so I don't know how big he was then. But this is all while Epstein watched. Man. So anyway, she's come out with that. So I think that's who that young gal was down here, because there was a court card next to her, and that card can sometimes be, it doesn't have to be a trial. It can just be some discovery. And we had this whole line up here that had the evidence connecting. So, wow. Okay. Donald John Trump, October 28th to November 3rd, right there. What will you be doing this week? Okay, we've got, actually, let's see if I can do this. 2, 3, 4. There's that wild woman again. Okay, maybe Laura Loomer's back in the gig. I don't know. 5, 6. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of room. Oh, if that's right, I forgot. I put the lens up a little bit. Okay, so just remember those are the characters. Okay. And now we'll do the tools, and then I think I'll just read them straight down for each day. Okay. What tools? So this is what he's going to be doing and with whom. Oh, look at this. Well, that sure makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, who's the master demon over him? Name starts with P. VP, and we're not talking Pence. Well, because Pence is not, or Pence, what am I saying? I'm not talking J.D. Vance because he's not the VP. Who? Let's see. No. What? Who? What tools will they be using? What tools will he be using? Because mostly I want to know what he will be doing this week. And then the next spread, I'll do what will happen to him. Right there. Magnet, vomit, Band-Aid, fuel, camouflage, lasso, guitar. It's interesting. Some of these cards are repeating from the other day. I like this deck because there's 111 cards, so it really does cover all the bases. Oh, sorry, I've got my blinds up and it's blocking out. You know what, hold on, I'll close it real quick, just a second. Okay, that should be better. So, what are the places he's going to be landing in? What hot water will he get into? What will he be experiencing based on what he's done and who he's done it with? The angsty teen is ugh. Circus, ocean, jail. Whoa. Okay, so now this tells me the wild woman might be Stacey Williams. Hold on, now I need water. Dang it, man. Okay. Jail cell, gold mine, airplane, womb, mountains. Alrighty then. Okay, so Monday, I think he's just going to be, I mean, I do believe in elemental fairies, but I do feel like he's going to be trying to magnetize somebody who's kind of like, you know, the fairy that gives you a wish. And the place that, so maybe he's just hanging out with people who, yeah, that's what it is. He's hanging out with people Monday who make him feel like they will give him whatever he wants. Like, remember his dad when he was, I guess he died, someone commented and reminded me, now I knew this before, but I forgot the exact age, that his father died from Alzheimer's at 93. So Fred Trump dies at 93. But he had Alzheimer's for, had been kicked in pretty good for 15 years prior to that. And they used to, he'd get up and go to the office and like that, he thought he was still working. And of course, the secretary would just put papers in front of him. He'd sign papers. He'd talk on the phone. People would listen. They didn't, he would act like he was going about his business, like he was still the businessman, I think that's what's going on here with Trump. I think he has people who grant his little wishes, every little whim. That's the characters he's hanging out with, and that's who he magnetizes in his circus. It is nothing but a circus. It's like Barnum and Bailey's show of, might as well have smoke and mirrors going on here, or Fun House. There's a Fun House in there. There's Trickster, Don the Con, magnetizing all his little wishes. That's what's happening Monday. We could say this probably happens every day of the week. I think we could safely say that. Tuesday, he's hanging out with some younger people, or maybe he has some trouble with Baron, or maybe this is the emotionally undeveloped part of himself that's still like the angsty teen, and which I think that's what it really is. I think he's expressing this place of arrested development often. I think this is probably a lot of what led him to be pushed out into military, camp when he was 13. So he's stuck in that place, and he's just vomiting that. The ocean tells me maybe he's at Mar-a-Lago. Or it could just be a tremendous amount of just spewing out, a huge amount, just spewing out the vomit. He's awful. He's awful, and he's getting worse, and he will get worse because that's what Alzheimer's does. dementia, Alzheimer's, all of it. That's what happens. Okay, so Wednesday, this could be Laura Loomer. This could be any younger person that attracts his attention, and that's kind of the Band-Aid for the day. Now, another thing the way this could go for him is that, because this is what he's doing, right? He could have someone like Laura Loomer who makes him feel better about himself. Or it could be also, looking at it from another level, Stacey Williams, where he's trying to put a Band-Aid on the problem, even though I know she's not a wild woman, but, there's only a few. I think there's only 2 women cards in the deck, actually. Except for I think there's an angel type of a thing. And anyway, I think this is Stacey Williams, and he's trying to put a Band-Aid, trying to fix the thing by restricting her somehow. Like something heats up on Wednesday. Or this is another person that comes out and is trying to, put a Band-Aid. Well, no, this isn't what will happen. This is what he'll be doing. I have to remember my question. That's the thing. You always have to go back to the context of your question. So he will be looking for women to make him feel better and get him out of the prison cell that he lives in with his mind. That's what this is. It's going to land him in a restricted place anyway. Or, I don't know, maybe something comes out on the news about something from the past. I mean, how many October surprises are we going to get this month? How many days are there left in the month? Oh, okay. Farmer tells me that he's hanging out with people who are trying to grow his, his image. And they're just throwing, the only way they do that is to throw, fuel onto all the fire that's out there. But this is also using his massive amounts of emails and texts to people, and he's trying to add more fuel to bring in more money. So it looks like Thursday is a pretty heavy grifting day. It will bring in some money for him. Friday, again with the magical thinking, and he's not feeling, this is interesting. Maybe this is a rally where he's trying to cover up something, because it looks to me like he's traveling on a plane Friday. He could be traveling on a plane any of the other days as well, but maybe Friday is a heavy day of rallying. Saturday, there's somebody he thinks he's in control, but there are other people controlling him, and the lasso tells me that they actually get him, and he feels like crawling back into the womb. They get him in a place where he's very, very unconscious and can't really fend for himself. A place of vulnerability and helplessness. Somebody's good at that, and I think that that of course that's Putin. Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday. This would be Putin. This would be any other Russian oligarch or dictator that is striking a chord, and maybe about some secret enemies, maybe that blocks him. Maybe he winds up being blocked. The mountains to me is either secret enemies that are hiding or obstacles. Demonic obstacles. Evil going out, and then it creates obstacles. He could just be channeling darkness, putting it out there in a really heavy way. Heavy metal demons. I can't say that. But demons, and then it ends up blocking him and actually creating more problems than, more enemies than he's, more enemies than he wanted, than he had before. Wow. Okay. All right. So this one will be, what is going to happen to him? What will happen to him this week? October 8th. I'm sorry, what am I saying? 28th to November 3rd. What day is it? Where am I? Ugh. Okay. What will happen to Trump? So now this will be who will be making the happenings happen. Wish I had a Jack Smith card in here. But we know all that's coming down the line. All that will happen later. We might have a really nice gift after after Thanksgiving. I think that's when Mershon does his sentencing. Somebody is. I think it's Judge Mershon. Okay. What will be happening to you, Trump? What tools will they use against you or for you? We got to look at it from that way too, right? What tools will be used to affect your life experience? Donald John Trump. Okay. He's probably going to be hating Beyonce. Maybe that's why we had the wild woman card up there. She's going to go out and do stuff. Okay, where will that land him? About this, what will be happening to him? What place will he be in? Anyway, Beyonce is going to be doing a performance to support women's rights. And he already hates Taylor Swift. What a weirdo. Jeez. Okay, what will happen to you? What place will you wind up, Donald John Trump? October 28th to November 3rd. Okay. Characters are Weirdo, Dragon, the Self. Okay. There's the Love Goddess again. Thief. Repairman. Drunken Sailor. I know that's a beer bottle, but it always makes me feel like somebody with their thumbs up. Okay, those are the characters that will be making things happen for him this week. With the tools, Sprout, Tears, Blood, Guts. Again, we had that the other day. Glasses, Mirror, Guitar again. Back in the same place. Okay. With the places, Island, Open Road, Resurrection, Desert, Mountains, Moon, Waterfall. Okay. Wow. So it looks to me like Monday he's with J.D. Vance, or there's something with J.D. Vance, or J.D. Vance does something that puts something out there Get some sprouts going into the ground and something actually comes out. This has to have been something that J.D. Vance did earlier, and now it's sprouting. It has taken root, and we have leaves, we have growth. But it isolates Trump further. Okay. Tuesday, I would say an abuse of power makes him, maybe an abuse of power that causes tears for other people, and they don't care. Look at this, tears and blood. That's the thing. We could always read the cards across, too, but I set the intention, it's always about your intention. I set the intention to just read it this way. So, tears, because somebody with more power uses their power to cause tears, and then it makes him want to just take off and run away. That's interesting. We'll have to watch this one because that may play out a little bit differently. And you guys, whatever you get, put it in the comments, because the more eyes on these cards, the better. And anybody can read these cards. They're so symbolic. It's just like Libby's deck over at Meister Tarot. We can all read those cards so easily. So, okay. Wednesday, it's all about me, myself, and I for him. Maybe he cuts his hand or does something, whatever. I don't know why there's blood. And then, this might be seeing himself through the eye of people who don't care about women's rights and the extreme. I'm feeling like extreme radical, evangelical type of people. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Thursday, again, something with a woman. And maybe it's that she has the guts to stand up. And maybe it's something that happened in like Nevada or Arizona or Vegas or something like that. Makes me wonder about that, maybe something coming out. Because his astrology is just awful. I did about an hour and a half and looked at all of his transits, progressions, solar arcs, and solar return for a year beyond, and it is just awful. No matter which way I looked at it, just awful. So, and a lot of things like finally coming full circle. Kind of like Rudy Giuliani, who now had to give his New York apartment to Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman. The only thing he got to walk away with was his watch. His grandfather's watch, I guess. So, but anyway, desert makes me feel like dried out, guts dried out. And I don't know, maybe he has somebody trying to keep him hydrated. Creepy. Okay. Friday, somebody is looking into what he has stolen in the past. And secrets come out. There's a hidden enemy that comes out, I think, and speaks to. Now, I might not get the days right, but this looks like somewhere towards the mid or end of the week, there's something that comes out where we're really seeing the grifting that has been dangerous. This would probably be somebody in a foreign country. Looking more closely at the grifting, or looking more closely at what he has stolen, or he's just what's happening to him, maybe somebody is stealing from him and he's looking for the hidden enemy. That may very well be it. A thief that he's looking for or looking into. We might not know about this. Could be somebody, because, guys like him have so much damn pride, they would never say, I got duped, kind of a thing. But this looks like somebody got him. Saturday, somebody's trying to help him feel better about himself, but he's crazy. He's the lunatic. Maybe somebody, I don't know if it's, this would be somebody trying to help him. But when he looks into the mirror, I think he just sees his craziness. If he even really knows. I really think it's somebody trying to help him feel better about it, though. But they see him losing it. Whoever this is sees him losing it. Whew. Okay. I wonder if this is like Walt Nauta or somebody that's, around him all the time. Or one of his Secret Service agents. Okay, Sunday. Now, I know he says he doesn't drink. We do have other cards for drugs in here. We have the dust and the powder and all that other stuff. But if it's not alcohol, and, an addict is an addict, and I do believe he drinks. He's just never going to say it, and he's not going to do it all the time because he's, worried about losing it, but like his brother did. But, this is to the point where there's vomit, and you're down. Your head is down. And then here we have that guitar again. And he might just be, like that striking a chord inside because, this looks pretty heavy. All this looks pretty heavy the night before. This doesn't look good. And then striking a chord that puts him into some depression that I think is just like, imagine a waterfall of emotion. And I don't know, maybe he gets off on some music. Maybe Sunday he's drinking or partying with whatever he uses, whether it's Coke or Adderall or whatever, and partying with music, and then by the evening he's just gone, like obliterated. A waterfall. To wind up like this, like down in a waterfall, we know he's not going to go swimming in a lake with a waterfall. And we know he doesn't play guitar, but he would listen to music and then wind up just totally wiped. But he's hanging out with somebody, or he, all together, they're getting wasted. Whatever they're using, they're getting wasted. So, just lovely. Okay. Oh, can't wait till we're done with this guy. So anyway, I'll get this uploaded and I'll be back soon to do Kamalas. Okay, bye.